everyone, welcome to Dreams Tutorial. Today in our channel we'll be discussing a maths case study question, and this is the first question we are discussing from class 10 CBSE sample paper 2023. So let's dive into the question now. The school auditorium was to be constructed to accommodate at least 1500 people. The chairs are to be placed in concentric circular arrangement in such a way that each succeeding circular row has 10 seats more than the previous one. So students, it's always important to understand the question for a case study question. So if you look here, what is it? So there is an auditorium that want to accommodate 1500 people, right? And what is the arrangement? It's concentric circular arrangement. That means the center is same and the circle's radius is increasing. That means the number of seats are increasing from one circle to the next circle. And that increases by 10 seats from one circle to the other circle. So you might have guessed to which chapter this question belongs to. And we'll get clarity on that once we look into the question. The first circular row has 30 seats. How many seats will be there in the 10th row? Simple. So what is given? The first row has 30 seats. Then how much would the second row has? Well, it's 10 more than the first row, so it is 30 plus 10, 40 seats. So what is this chapter all about? Arithmetic progression. So this arrangement is an AP with A is equal to 30, D is equal to 10, and number of rows here should be 10 because he is asking about the 10th row. So N is equal to 10. So what should we find? Number of seats in the 10th row, that means AN, isn't it? So AN for the 10th row is A10 and AN formula is A plus N minus 1 into D. So substituting the values, we get A10 is equal to 120. So there are 120 seats in the 10th row. Now let's look into the second part of the question. For 1500 seats in the auditorium, how many rows need to be there? Well, so now total number of seats are 1500. So what is this 1500? Is it AN or SN? Let's see. So total number of seats are 1500. That means N, we don't know the number of rows. So let's take the number of rows as N and it is SN. So number of seats in total is 1500. So SN is 1500 with A is equal to 30 and D is equal to 10. And what's the SN formula? Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. You can also say Sn is equal to n by 2 into a plus last term when you know the last term. But we don't know the last term, so we'll use this formula. And substituting the values, we will be getting a quadratic equation. Do not panic. Let's solve this quadratic equation now. So the quadratic equation we got. So we got the quadratic equation 3000 is equal to 50n plus 10n square, and shifting everything to the left hand side and writing in the standard form, this quadratic equation is 10n square plus 50n minus 3000. Divide every term in this equation by 10 and n square plus 5n minus 300 is equal to 0. Now we can use the splitting the middle term. So minus 300 is product of 20 and minus 15. Why did we choose 20 and minus 15? Because 20 plus minus 15 is 5, which is the coefficient of middle term. So on splitting, we get the factors as n plus 20 and n minus 15. So this means n value can be minus 20 or n can be 15, right? But as these are rows, can rows be negative? No. So n cannot be negative. So n is equal to 15. That means there are 15 rows arranged with 1500 seats. Simple, isn't it? So let's look into one last sub-question of this. If there are 17 rows in the auditorium, how many seats will be there in the middle row? Well, if there are 17 rows, what would the middle row be? Have to find it out. So when n is odd, there are 17, it is odd. Then you need to add 1 and divide it by 2. So 17 plus 1 by 2 is 9, right? Because 18 by 2 is 9. So we need to find the number of seats in the 9th row. Again, A is 30, D is 10, and we need to find number of seats in 9th row, that is A9. And A9 is A plus 8D. So the answer is 110 seats. So there are 110 seats in the middle row when there are 17 rows. I hope you all understood this case study question and how to solve these questions. Thank you. Like, share and subscribe